Unit 1. Unit Review. Part 1. Matching. You will hear several questions or statements. Match each question or statement with the correct answer.
Number 1. It's imperative that we double-check all the details before sending any documents to the clients.
Number 2. It was ironic that she got fired, but then when she started her own company, all her former colleagues joined her.
Number 3. I feel like some of our employees are wary of working in teams.
Number 4. She said that she hopes more responsibility will not deprive her of a good social life.
Number 5. I think the whole company has to learn to utilize the software as soon as possible.
Part 2. Question-Response. You will hear a question or statement and 3 responses spoken in English. Select the best response to the question or statement.
Number 1. We are hoping for at least 50 attendees on Tuesday.
A. I bet we can fit in at least 20 people. B. I have no doubt some people will leave early. C. I figure we will achieve that number. Number 2. Can you complete this task by next week?
A. I believe I can, as I already have all the data. B. I bet he will take twice as long on that project. C. Could you possibly give me an example? Number 3. I made this slide about our software rollout with bullet points.
A. I deemed it a priority. B. Could you elaborate on those in the meeting? C. Your insight is correct, but here's why I can't agree. Number 4. Teams can come up with new solutions because of blunders.
A. There will always be a certain amount of conflict between individuals. B. There is ample responsibility that can be shared. C. Can you clarify that viewpoint with some examples, please? Number 5. What is an ideal size for a team or a group?
A. Team size does not equate to efficiency, so it depends on the team. B. I understand what you mean, but I don't know whether it is true. C. You could assign it to either a small group or a large group. Part 3. Conversations and Short Talks. You will hear some conversations and short talks. You will be asked to answer 3 questions about what the speakers say. Select the best response to each question. Questions number 1 to 3 refer to the following conversation. Thank you all for coming today. This meeting is to report on the results of the staff survey of the advantages and disadvantages of working in teams. We are going to go through the main points together. Amanda first with a quick survey overview.
We have divided the results into 4 categories: assumptions, actual findings, grumbles, and worthwhile gains.
There will also be a session at the end for you to offer your own insights.
That's right. First, we found staff assumed they would lose control of their work. Second, many thought it was just inefficient due to the fact that work would not be straightforward and would involve lots of discussion.
These figures were quite high. 75% of staff wanted to retain control over their work, and as much as 70% of staff was wary of working in teams for this very reason. They felt it was just inefficient.
However, one of the interesting findings was that people were not worried about interpersonal relations, as they chose the response, "Whether working individually or on a team, I can successfully handle conflict." Number 1. What is the purpose of the meeting? Number 2. What did the majority of staff think about working in teams? Number 3. What is mentioned as an interesting result of the survey?
Questions number 4 to 6 refer to the following conversation.
I prefer to have employees work individually because I think they should take sole responsibility for a whole project.
I prefer them to work in teams because I feel they all have responsibility to bring the work to a successful conclusion. Could you elaborate on why you prefer them to take responsibility on their own?
Sure, I can give you an example. Having one person handling a project from start to finish makes them plan, control their time, and gain an overview of the whole process. So they gain experience much faster than if they were handling just one small task in a project.
I see your point. However, I feel that if there were a blunder, it may not get sorted out and may even get covered up. I have ample examples in the past of that happening, so I started to introduce team working. My insight after utilizing both teams and individuals is that employees learn roles and come up with solutions quicker on a team.
Number 4. What are both the speakers concerned about? Number 5. What does the woman mention as the main advantage of working individually? Number 6. What is the man's concern about mistakes?
Questions number 7 to 9 refer to the following short talk. The main drawbacks of working in teams are identified as loss of control, being wary of sharing work, lack of efficiency, too much discussion, and taking time to resolve conflict. These 5 disadvantages can be improved by having a perfect team leader. There are 3 things a team leader should do. First, the team leader should assign roles clearly. No one should be doing the same task as another team member. Second, the team leader should hold short, efficient meetings, which cover all the members' concerns, thereby preventing conflict before it arises. Most importantly, the team leader should not assign blame for blunders, but instead use them as learning opportunities to come up with better solutions. Therefore, in a team system, a team leader with ample work experience will be positive for team members. He or she will know what to do to improve team effectiveness and performance.
Number 7. Which of the following disadvantages of working in teams is not mentioned? Number 8. What 3 things should a team leader do? Number 9. What is an important qualification for a team leader?
Questions number 10 to 12 refer to the following short talk.
I know that sometimes our employees who are used to working alone end up in conflict with colleagues when they have to work on a team. So recently, I asked all managers to conduct meetings and exchange opinions with their employees about teamwork compared to individual work, and we found 2 very different views. There was a lot of support for the idea that 2 heads are better than 1. People felt group discussion was positive as it was a way to avoid blunders throughout the work process. Employees felt that they mapped out the work stage by stage by talking through what needed to be done and who would do it. They all felt it was a useful process. However, there was also an assumption that a group of people all utilizing different methods might cause problems. These employees felt that it would be better for them to work alone. Staff who liked to work individually equated working in teams with conflict, and many of them said that assigning teams to projects usually complicated things. Number 10. Why did the woman ask managers to conduct meetings with employees? Number 11. How many different views about working in teams did they find? Number 12. What did employees who supported working in teams think about group discussion?